Hello, guys. I wanted to make this a vlog, and I told you guys I was going to start making more videos like this, but I still don't know how exactly I'm going to do any vlogs, because the only thing I really have is my iPhone, and I don't know how to edit videos off of that. So whenever I upload anything off of that, it's just directly from my phone, so I need to figure out that setup. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people are kind of up in arms about, mostly fanboys or fangirls, but extreme fans will say, about Final Fantasy XV. Now, at the E3 press conference for Sony, they announced that Final Fantasy Versus XIII is not only still in the works, but it's actually going to be Final Fantasy XV now. And I kind of saw this coming, and there was quite a few rumors coming out of Square that they were going to announce that Versus XIII was going to be 15 now, and that Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be announced, and that's exactly what happened. Kind of the speculation started from Square saying, oh, we're going to show a new game for the PS4, and it's going to be Final Fantasy, and everyone was like, oh, okay, well, it's probably going to be Versus XIII as 15, and it was. So, there we have it. But a lot of people are upset about the combat system in Final Fantasy XV, and I just think that's ridiculous, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of reasons why. Number one, if you look at all the different Final Fantasies that are out there, from the beginning until, well, 14 doesn't really count, I don't really know anything about 14, so I say 13, and even 13 too. The battle system has changed in every single game. Every single one. I'd say the closest ones were probably the ones on the PlayStation, and maybe more the original ones where it was, again, random encounters and whatnot as you're walking through, and then like you had to make choices and stuff. So, but even then they evolved. Like Final Fantasy VII has materia, and Final Fantasy VIII has the GFs. And 9, I don't remember what 9 has because it's been so long since I played it. But every game has changed. So having a different battle system in a game is not that big of a deal. At least I don't think so. I'm sorry, this is more action-based, and people are even speculating, well, maybe it just looks action-based and it's not actually action-based, and I'll get to that in a second. But to me, I think it looks really interesting. I think it's completely different. I think it looks like it's going to be fun. I've been thinking this game has been looking like it's going to be fun from the moment they announced it. So I am excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from it. So coming out and saying that this is going to ruin the series, and now they're going to go in more of an action-based direction. For one, Square already confronted this and said just because this is action doesn't mean that every Final Fantasy from here on out is going to be that way. And just look at the differences in the games just on the newer consoles from the PS2 to the PS3. Like 10's battle system is completely different from 12's, and then 12, like, you actually are fighting the enemies out, like you don't go into battle with them. They're like, you're out in the world and you fight them as you encounter them, which is kind of action based, but a different setup. Like, a lot of people hated 12's combat system. I thought it was fun, but they compared it too much of being like an MMO. But again, whatever, I enjoyed it. So I think this Final Fantasy 15, I think it's fine that they're gonna have action based. Number 2, and this is a big thing, you have to remember this game was originally not going to be a main Final Fantasy title. That's why it was called Final Fantasy Versus XIII. They wanted to give Tetsuya Nomura something to do. Like, he had this concept, but I think at the time they thought it was a little too extreme to have as its own Final Fantasy, being that the battle system was going to be more like Kingdom Hearts than Final Fantasy, being more turn-based. But I remember when Versus XIII was announced, a lot of fans were actually more excited about Versus than they were about 13, because 13 again was just more more like a regular Final Fantasy, where Versus 13 seemed like a step away from that and more of an evolution of the series, and that's why we were all so excited about it. So to go and say that they're making this huge change and now it's action-based and blah, 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 you have to remember, it wasn't originally going to be a main Final Fantasy title. I think the reason they did that is because the new systems are coming out. They decided to move it over to the new systems. It's been so long, like, no one even remembers that it was tied to 13 anymore. I mean, they've already released 14, so might as well move it up and make it 15. So, yeah, that's that. But, other words, that's my main thing about that. If you guys disagree with me, and you're one of the fans that's irate about the action-based battle system, which again has not been 100% confirmed, but I believe it's going to be, since that was the whole point, was to make a Final Fantasy kind of more like with the Kingdom Hearts battle system. Actually, I'll be angry at this point if it's not an action battle system, if they are too influenced by people being irate and they go back and change it, because I've been excited for this game, for this battle system. So that's how I feel about it. People just coming at it, just looking at it as Final Fantasy 15, have a completely different view of it than people who have been waiting for Final Fantasy Versus 13. And that's how I feel. And I also have to get used to the fact that it's Final Fantasy 15 now and not Versus. So, yeah. Also, another thing that I want to address, which was something I mentioned in one of my vlogs or something, about Noctis. There was a rumor going around that he was a girl because of something that Tetsuya Nomura said in a vlog, like, wait till you see her at E3, and everyone thought, oh god, Noctis is a girl. And at that point I said I think that it was a translation issue, that he used the wrong pronoun and didn't realize it, because there's not really pronouns like that in Japanese. So I think I'm correct, because they keep calling Noctis the son of so-and-so. We see Noctis as a child, and unless they raise him from a child to be a fake boy, like, I'm pretty sure Noctis is a boy, and I'm still gonna be angry if he's not. Something else I wanted to address about Final Fantasy 15. So this is just going to be about Final Fantasy 15 in general now, the concerns that I've seen from fans that I just think are ridiculous. At one of the press conferences, they started asking the Square people about how this seems like it's more... There's a lot of male characters, and they feel like it's going to be more geared towards men or males than females, and they feel like they're going to isolate their female fans. Well, for one, Final Fantasy XIII had a female heroine and quite a few female characters that were strong characters, and personally that didn't draw me to the game any more than Versus did. Actually, I feel personally, this is how I feel personally, that Lightning comes off more as like a male character, because they're used to having male characters in the lead. Like, yeah, she's a strong female character, but like, she's also kind of bland to me. I've never really liked Lightning, so I didn't really care. And I feel like when they did that with 13, then they went to Versus, because again, you gotta remember, these were in development at the same time. They're like, well, we have this strong female character and these other female characters, so let's go back to just having the male character. And yes, there are a lot of males with him. Does that mean that we're not going to get females to join your party later on? No. There have already been other females that have been shown, and I'm sure they're probably going to join your party. But to say that because there are a lot of male characters in this game means that women aren't going to like it, I think they're missing the point. The female audience of Final Fantasy loves when there are an abundance of men. I mean, just look at the fans for Final Fantasy VIII. Everyone... not everyone, let me take that back. I've seen so many fan fictions that end with Squall and Rinoa at the end of Final Fantasy VIII. I guess it's spoilers for a 15-year-old game, plus I have no idea how old Final Fantasy it is at this point. And with Squall and Rinoa being together, and then at the end, Squall's like, you know what, Rinoa, I know we just kissed and everything, but I don't really like you. I'm actually in love with Cypher. Or I'm actually in love with Zell. Like, there's so many, like, fangirls that just love 8 and, like, putting all of the different guys together. And to think about that with Versus no, 15. I'm sorry, it's 15 now. It's not Versus 13 anymore. But to say that females are not going to like this game because there are too many men, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think that they need to have a strong female character, and there is the girl that is opposite Noctis in the other family. I think her name's Stella. Or Starla or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it looks like she's going to be a strong female character. We're just going to have to wait and see. But anyway, so if you guys have any concerns about Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy Versus 13, let's go ahead and discuss it here. And I'll respond to your comments like we did before with the Xbox rant. Anyway, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed these new types of videos. The Let's Play is being recorded again now. Woohoo! So those will be up later this week and into next week, and then continuing on as well until we beat Devil Summoner. I might start another Let's Play that'll be a shorter game, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, go ahead and leave me that. Leave your comments about Final Fantasy 15 versus 13, whatever the hell you want to call it, and I'll talk to you guys later.